Hey guys, so today in Korea, the GM's notes detailed a lot about the upcoming region of Drieghan, the next expansion for Black Desert. Drieghan, the heritage of Shere is the upcoming expansion and is a new region, the homeland of the dwarves and the giants. It is heavily based on Mongolia, as well as a bit of eastern Tibet, and it's a very cool looking region. There's a brand new video, I've uploaded the video already, and there's a lot of other information as well. So we're finally getting a second awakening boss weapon. We don't have a replacement for the Zarka yet, but we do now have a replacement for the dandelion. It's called the Dragon Slayer, and the minimum AP is lower by 2 from the dandelion. So the dandelion is still the top maximum AP item in the game. But the Dragon Slayer also has plus 5 additional damage to humans, which makes up for it in PvP. The materials for the Dragon Slayer can be collected at different grind spots, including the grind spots in Drieghan. The Dragon Slayer can be crafted in Duvenkroon, the capital city of Drieghan. And in order to restore the max durability, you can either use Memfrags or a new item called the Refined Remains of Black Energy. So I expect we'll find out more about these refined remains in the upcoming weeks. So here you can see a Tet Dragon Slayer, 112 AP and 123 maximum AP, as well as the plus 5 additional damage to humans. There's also a new blue awakening weapon, Hugal's weapon, which is also craftable in Duvenkroon, and it's one of the materials you need to create this Dragon Slayer. The new boss monster, Garmoth the Red Dragon, does not drop new weapons, so he doesn't drop the Dragon Slayer. Which makes sense, because he wouldn't drop the weapons that would kill him. This is the new boss, Garmoth the Red Dragon. But he will drop a material that can upgrade the Kutum and Nouver offhand weapons. You get a new item called the Heart of Garmoth, similar to the Heart of Vel, by killing Garmoth, and you can process the item with reversed energy, which is also a new item, to get the reversed Heart of Garmoth. A reversed Heart of Garmoth can be used to reform Nouver and Kutum offhands into blazing Nouver and Kutum offhands. These will give some additional stats, 150 HP, 100 stamina, and special attack evasion plus 10%, which is the equivalent of a magic crystal in the chest and a magic crystal in the sub-weapon. But they will not give any extra AP, so don't expect to get drastically stronger just because you have got a reversed Heart of Garmoth. Other new items are the Garmoth Scale, which is material for a new crystal, and a special item for hatching a dragon's egg. A baby dragon can be a new companion in your adventure. I expect this is a pet, but it could be something slightly different. According to the notes, Garmoth will be the most powerful world boss ever, and you should be well prepared for this. So here's an example of a blazing Nouver shield. You can see the extra stats down here, max HP plus 150, max stamina plus 100, and the special attack evasion plus 10%. Information on the 3 new grind spots in Drieghan is also revealed. There are the Tashira Ruins, which will have the same difficulty as Crescent Shrine, and will have gatekeepers as well. A new yellow ring, so a new boss ring, will be dropped in the area. Hopefully that's a replacement for the Ring of Crescent Guardian. It's interesting that they compared it to Crescent Shrine, and it also drops a new ring. Red Wolf Village will be as hard as the Basilisk Den, and the monsters will drop Ring of Gaktum's Obedience, a new blue ring that has 11 AP, 8 accuracy, and plus 4 to damage in monsters in the Tri version. So that's the same AP, and I believe the same accuracy as the Mark of Shadows has. Hopefully this will allow for more blue rings and drop the price to make it more affordable to upgrade from the Asula set. If you destroy the small jails in the area, a powerful monster will be summoned. So maybe I'm not sure if a powerful monster means just kind of like the current special monsters that kind of appear right now that pets can sniff out, or if it's more powerful, kind of like a mini-boss. Finally, Shere Grave is a grind spot that has different monsters in day and night. When the sun is up, the monsters will be as strong as the monsters in Pila Ku. At night, the monsters will be as strong as Layten, so pretty huge. The monsters are very powerful and will have dynamic patterns. Grinding the area will feel more like PvP. The monsters will drop a new yellow belt, so hopefully a replacement for the Basilisk belt. All monsters in Drieghan will drop materials for the Dragon Slayer, and the GM's notes noted that a new item will help your enhancement will be added in the near future. Hopefully this is not a Pearl Shop item, as we could really use something to help our enhancement. That is not a Pearl Shop item. The last item I can remember that we got to help our enhancement that wasn't Pearl Shop was the Blacksmith's Secret Book to create our own Advice of Valks with stacks on our characters. And honestly, we could use like plus 100 books because a lot of people do have Tet stacks that they can't fully store. So here's the new ring. This is a tri version. You can see it's got very similar stats to the Mark of Shadows, the Ring of Gaktum's Obedience. Here's Sharkon's grave during the day. And this is just another screenshot of Drieghan. Finally, there's also some update to life skilling. Another update coming along with the new regions, improvements to the processing system and a gathering minigame. Currently, you can only process one item at a time, but with a new processing tool, Magical Manos Processing Stone, you can process multiple items at once. The Magical Manos Processing Stone are obtained by manufacturing, and different materials, including Manos Stones, are required. Magical Manos Processing Stones, it sounds like some infomercial here. Get Magical Manos Processing Stones and improve your processing by 50%. Order now. Seriously. Have different types based on the types of processing and will decrease large quantity processing time when enhanced. So this might make processing of ores and other maybe less profitable stuff like cotton and flax potentially faster and maybe more profitable, although the problem for cotton and flax is actually selling the items, not actually processing them. So it'll be interesting to see how these work. You can see they are pretty expensive, so not too sure if they'll be viable or not, but at least they're adding something for processors. There's also a new minigame for gathering. So the Lakiaro is, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, an extremely rare herb that used to grow only in the high mountains of Drieghan. It was thought to be extinct, but the miracles of Drieghan have brought Lakiaros back to the world, and now they're available in all parts of the world. However, they are still extremely rare, and you will have to travel far and wide to discover the herb. A new gathering minigame for obtaining the new herb, Lakiaro, will be added. So in order to gather Lakiaro, which I assume is this herb, you need to equip a special type of hoe and then interact with the wild Lakiaro to start the minigame. You either have to find all parts of the Lakiaro roots or clean all the rocks and soil around the roots. You have to be extra careful when gathering the Lakiaro because if you touch the root by accident, the root will be damaged. Click on the left or right mouse buttons to gather the herb. The less damage, the greater the reward you get for the herb. So this is an example of the minigame. I'm not too sure how I feel about this. I feel bots are going to have huge benefits when doing this just because they can discover the herbs much more effectively, and unless they do a sort of instanced herbs like World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2 are doing, I'm not even sure if World of Warcraft actually has them. I think it's just Guild Wars 2 that might do that. Then bots are just going to run around finding the herbs and pretty much doing 100%ing the minigame, which is good for players that want to buy the herbs off the market, but not good for players that want to gather them. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Lastly, the total amount of experience needed to gain additional contribution points will be decreased, and a new system called the Union and a new season of Conquest Wars will be added along with the Drieghan update. So the Union, from what we've seen so far, is probably some sort of like alliance of guilds. So you can make a union with multiple guilds in them. Kind of like a flag, or how the flag system works in various pirate games where you can have multiple crews under one flag. Or kind of like just a giant alliance in other games where multiple guilds can form NDAs or alliances with each other. Anyways, this new update, well, the GM's notes for Drieghan look pretty awesome. There's lots of cool stuff here. Finally, a new Awakening boss weapon. It's pretty interesting to see that they are adding other ways to repair it, although it remains to be seen if Pearl Shop is still going to be by far and above the best way. It will be interesting to see the new enhancement item, whatever it is to help with enhancing, but hopefully it's not a Pearl Shop item. The new world boss looks pretty cool, and it allows us to upgrade the Kutum and Nouver offhands, which is nice that they're not adding a third offhand, but trying to improve the existing ones. And apart from that, there's just a lot of cool stuff in this patch. Well, this upcoming expansion. I can't wait for Drieghan myself. Hopefully I get a new Dragon Slayer offhand, as personally, Dragon Slayer sounds so much more badass than Dandelion. Not that Dandelion doesn't have like a unique charm, but the first time I heard Dandelion, I was like, what is that? Are they serious right here? But Dragon Slayer actually sounds like really awesome. Like, oh yeah, I've got a Tet Dragon Slayer. Sounds way better than, yeah, I've got a Tet Dandelion. Anyways, guys, that is the GM's notes on Drieghan in Korea. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like it, and have a good one.